I want to talk about brand building, bro, because you have 2 successful standalone brands, bro. People dream to have one, bro.
Yeah.
You get me? But you've managed to create 2 things that are so special. They're so culturally relevant. They're so impactful. They're so meaningful. Do you know what I'm saying? And they represent that higher taste level that you speak about. Do you know what I mean? So what would you say are the main things that go into building brands like that?
I feel that you need to really, really get hands-on and really, really get on the ground, you know? If you were to go to Milton Keynes, a lot of the local areas, the local market and all that, and you ask about the black boy that was running around here years ago, they'll know who I'm talking about. You meet someone that you probably look and be like, no way, this guy knows him. I know all different types of people, and that's one of my superpowers, that I don't care. I don't care if I'm going to go find something in Mayfair or if I'm going to go find something in Brixton Market. You need to, like a fucking scavenger or whatever like that, you need to get on the ground and you need to figure things out. Like, brand, like, it's really about figuring things out and finding the right person. Down to even my factory that I built today, like, I was in COVID on ground, going to different places, like, talking to different people. Some of them can't even speak English or like that, and just trying to figure out like, how we can make something happen. And that's how I built my factory. That's how I found the people to partner with and build my factory. You know what I mean? So like when it comes to doing this stuff, like fashion, I'd say brand building is like a real cowboy business. It's like a real cowboy business. Like you need to really be out here and come up with unconventional ways and unconventional things to put together this project. You know? I feel that a lot of brands come out and they want everything so polished and perfect. I feel like maybe other businesses work like that. Maybe that's why they maybe coming into this thinking that that's the approach that you take. But fashion is so subjective and so sporadic that a lot of times it's not the logical thing that's going to make it make sense. You know? And you got to be prepared to do that. You got to be prepared to take the back road. You got to be prepared to find a different way to do it. You know? Like, I think that's one of the main things that I see, not just on myself, but also in the others that are doing it. Like, they really just have that's one of the main traits I see. That ability just to be able to get on the ground and do what that is required to figure it out. Go talk to that person, because they might know the other person, you know? I remember, you know, we did a print workshop in Paris during the last fashion week, and so the print transfers that obviously they get printed off first, and then you heat press them at the thing, whatever. The people that we work with over here that usually do it for us pulled it on us last minute, whilst we've already announced that we're doing it. And I think this may be a day before I need to go out there. And what we're gonna do? You're gonna just like call it off, even though there's people thinking no. So I literally, on the Friday, I think I arrived on the Friday morning, and I'm literally on the ground going from print shop to French. You know, French people don't speak English. On the ground, on foot, not my staff, myself. And I think I went down a pipeline of 4 or 5 different print shops, and in the end I found what I needed to find. This one's like, no, go to that shop down there. He's giving me instructions like it's 1990. He's not even giving me
the postcode or not.
He's telling me, go across the thing, when you see that shop, turn right and all of that. Then I find another store. No, sorry, we don't do that type of print here, but if you go down there, maybe they can help you. Then I go to another store. That store's got a young guy who's kind of with it, and he's like, oh no, I don't do it, but maybe if you go down there, then blah, blah, blah. And then eventually I found it. It's now a company that I'm definitely going to be working with in Paris every single time I need to do something of that sort. They ended up having sick blanks that we ended up being able to use on the day of the pop-up. Like, so many things were discovered just out of that thing. And a lot of people, they'll be like, oh, no, like, I don't know. They don't speak English. It's a bit sketchy. It's a bit weird. You go down to the first one was rude to you, had no interest in things, so you might just give up. Nah. You got to get on the ground and don't stop until you figure it out. Don't stop until you got the result you need.
Facts.
You know?
You got to be nimble.
Yeah.
You got to be ready to move quick.
Yeah, so that is, as I say, it's about finesse. It's about, you got to just, you know.
Do you know what, Dags? I was speaking to Clint one time, and he gave me a wicked analogy that was very similar to what you said. I was speaking to him about how he feels when kind of other brands copy him and whatnot. Obviously, it's happened a lot. And he was saying, brother, at the end of the day, he looks at himself like R9. Old school phenomenal. The way he used to kick ball, you never know what he's gonna do next.
don't know.
You don't know. Even though the
Erratic,
goal is in that
erratic.
direction,
Yeah.
he could go all the way around, come back, and then go to the goal. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think what you just said is a major key. Like the way you positioned it as fashion isn't the industry where you think the conventional, or isn't the industry where the conventional route always works. Because really and truly, the people we see today took the unconventional route, bro.
No, you'll see a lot of the denims now that we're kind of working with now on Jeanius for our next collection. It's a lot of like with like a lot of embellishments and a lot of like Diamante and Swarovskis and all that. We're doing some very like eccentric stuff, and people don't realize that a lot of that stuff on a lot of those pieces, I'm working with Indian and Asian dressmakers that make dresses for saris and stuff. Nobody else is gonna go do that. Nobody else is gonna go.
They wouldn't even think.
No,
to do that.
they're not gonna go on the street, wherever.
To Whitechapel
that is
or
just
whatever it
that
may
is just full of just Asian shops where everyone's looking at you absolutely insane, thinking, "What's this black guy doing here? What's he doing in our store?" You know.
It's that level. I don't even know what word to use for it.
Yeah, I don't even know what that you call that.
It's that level of, I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
And I think I'm also so happy you said that again, because people that watch this pod, not even in a rude way, but fashion may not necessarily be the thing for you.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that, because something else may be for you.
Exactly.
But if it takes hearing conversations like this and really discovering what you need to do to get there, and then you realize that, you know what, I'm not willing to do that. Let me find something. Fair. That's a blessing in itself, bro.
You know, or maybe
you save time, save money.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'd say. It's like, like check and see if it's for you.
I've got